The Missouri woman that kidnapped an Arkansas woman just to steal her unborn child has pleaded guilty to federal charges in federal court. Police believe that in October 2022, Amber Waterman created a fake profile on the book named Lucy Barrows to lure a pregnant woman so that she could steal that woman's baby. Now, the person that she ended up luring was Ashley Bush. I don't know that that's the person she necessarily intended to lure, or if she was just looking to lure any pregnant woman, but she lured a mom of three, Ashley Bush. Amber Waterman actually met up with Ashley Bush and Ashley's fiance at a local library. Now, Ashley Bush had been looking for a job that she could work at to make some extra money while she was pregnant. Amber Waterman actually arranged to take Ashley Bush to an interview on a different day. So on the day that they were supposed to go to this interview, Amber Waterman met Ashley Bush and Ashley's fiance at a local gas station in Maysville to pick Ashley Bush up and take her to this interview. Now, at some point, Ashley Bush sent a message to her fiance saying, like, I'm in Gravette, can you come pick me up? Meaning to meet them at that gas station in Maysville. The fiance went to that gas station to meet Ashley, pick her up, take her home, but he watched the vehicle that Ashley and Amber Waterman were traveling in drive right past him. He saw Ashley, he saw Amber Waterman, who was driving the truck, and Amber turned and looked at him and then kept driving. Now, he didn't know what was going on, but he probably felt like something was wrong. He took off chasing after that truck that Amber Waterman was driving, but he couldn't keep up with them. In an effort to locate Ashley Bush, her phone was pinged, and it was pinged to a ditch. Her phone had been thrown out of that truck window and was lying in a ditch. At the time of her disappearance, Ashley Bush was 31 weeks pregnant. It was likely Amber Waterman's actions that same day, October 31st, that led police to her being a suspect in this case, because Amber Waterman actually called 911 after saying that she went into labor at her house in McDonald County, Missouri. Then she traveled to a store to meet the EMS so that they could take this baby, because Amber told them that she had given birth at home to a baby that was not breathing. So EMS pick up the baby and Amber. They take them to meet. Amber Waterman denied medical treatment, and the baby did not survive. So the baby was picked up by the coroner. Medical professionals also took the placenta from Amber Waterman that she had in her pants. Now, from that placenta and the baby, the coroner could tell that this baby looked like it had been cut from the mother. The next day, on November 1st, police were in Missouri, where the Watermans lived, to question the Waterman family. According to police, Amber Waterman said that she was at her home babysitting her son and another child when she went into labor. Kind of ironic that Amber Waterman says she went into labor the very day that this pregnant woman from Arkansas was kidnapped. The Watermans, Amber and Jamie, did allow police to search their home in Missouri on November the 1st. Police asked Amber about the tan truck that she had that matched the description of the truck that Ashley Bush was kidnapped in. Amber said she didn't allow anybody to drive that truck. She was the only one with access to that vehicle. Police asked Amber where her cell phone was. Oh, well, she lost it. They asked her if she knew a woman named Lucy Barrows because of that book profile. She said, oh, I used to work with Lucy at Walmart. She had a response for everything. Also on November the 1st, the Watermans went to the funeral home to plan their baby's memorial service. They wanted this baby to be cremated. So the Watermans scheduled the memorial service for the baby that they actually named to be on November the 2nd, the next day. Now, after the funeral service, detectives came to take that baby for an autopsy. Now, the Watermans' demeanor changed according to the coroner who was there at the time. Their demeanor totally changed whenever they found out that an autopsy would be done. And Amber Waterman herself asked multiple times if a DNA test would be conducted. I mean, the Watermans had to feel like their walls were closing in around them. I mean, their vehicle had been seized by authorities. Now their baby, the baby that they said was theirs, was being taken for an autopsy to be done and DNA testing. Amber's already had to say that she lost her cell phone. Like, it's just There's no way. I think at this point, you've got to be like, there's just no way we're going to come out of this unscathed, right? Rightfully so. I mean, they deserved every bit of it, honestly, in my opinion. And if it were me, you can say what you want to say about snitches, but if it was me, I would have snitched the second that I knew that, or even thought that something was up. Don't entrust me with the secret because I am going to sing like a canary. So police had taken their vehicle. They waited for a search warrant. After they got the search warrant to search that truck, they found blood in that truck and they went to talk to Jamie Waterman again. At this point, Jamie Waterman said that Amber had confessed to him after the police were at their house the first time on November the 1st what she had done. Specifically, Jamie Waterman said that Amber said that she had murdered Ashley. Amber then changed to say that Lucy Barrows had murdered Ashley. Then Amber led Jamie to Ashley Bush's remains. Jamie himself took Ashley Bush's remains and burned them in a fire pit behind their home before loading it into the back of his truck and driving it a short distance down the road to dispose of those remains. Both Jamie and Amber were arrested on November the 3rd, 2023. Amber and Jamie are both facing federal charges, which is why they are both in the Greene County Jail in Missouri, but Amber herself is facing state charges in the state of Arkansas. What Amber pled guilty to today was a federal charge of kidnapping resulting in the death. Now, originally she was set to have a jury trial at the same time as her husband, Jamie. Jamie has not pled guilty. I don't know what will happen with Jamie's case at this point, but federally, Amber has pled guilty to her charge. She has not pled guilty to her state charge. We don't know what will happen with that. Obviously, I think that she's going to end up facing more time and more serious punishment with her federal charges, probably, unless her state charges, she takes it to a trial and ends up with the death penalty, which at this point she's pled guilty to the federal charge. I don't see that happening. I really believe that she's probably going to plead guilty to the state charges just like she did to the federal charges. She'll probably be sentenced to life without. I can't see her getting any other sentence, to be quite honest. And she's either going to end up serving her time federally or in state court, depending on whatever agreement Arkansas makes with the federal government. Now, that's just what I believe will happen. If you think that something else will happen or that I'm wrong, please let me know. I am willing to have this discussion. I'm willing to admit if I am wrong. But from what I've seen, it appears that sometimes people serve their time in state court, even if they have federal time. And sometimes they serve their federal time in federal jail, even if they have state time. So I really don't know what the determining factor is. I'm just assuming that it would be an agreement between the two. With her having pled guilty, I don't think that the death penalty will be on the table for her in federal court. And like I said, I think that she'll plead guilty in state court. I will say that there was a person who was charged similarly in federal court named Lisa Montgomery. Now, Lisa did not accept a guilty plea. Lisa took it to a jury trial and Lisa ended up with the death penalty. She was executed by the federal government. But since Ashley has accepted a guilty plea or taken a guilty plea, I just don't see that happening for her. What's your opinion?